TIS, a haven of excellence. TIS, a haven of excellence and cultural diversity. We strive to inculcate in our human resource the spirit of inquiry as a fundamental tool for creative thinking, critical reasoning, and intellectual development. TIS, a haven of excellence. TIS, a haven of excellence and cultural diversity. Equator meets meridian in the heart of the world. You will find our cherished school, intellectually creative minds and soul abide in harmony. God and knowledge us our guide. Knowledge is the key. TIS, knowledge is the key. TIS, we are equipped with knowledge and skills to meet the challenges of our global village. Knowledge is the key. TIS, knowledge is the key. TIS, we are equipped with knowledge and skills to meet the challenges of our global village. Tema International School. Knowledge is our key.
May I please ask that we continue to stand as we receive our special guest of honor. Our special guest of honor, His Majesty King Taki Teiko Chu II, Ga Manche, and President of the Ga Traditional Council.
I pray you'll be our eyes and watch us where we go, and help us to be wise in times when we don't know. Let this be our prayer when we lose our way. Oh, lead us to a place, guide us with your grace to a place where we'll be safe.
Pray we'll find your love,
I pray we'll find your love
hold it in our heart.
and hold it in our hearts.
Stars go out each night,
When stars go out each
find
night,
us where you are.
remind us where you are.
This be our
Let this be our prayer.
shadows will on
When shadows fill our
Oh
day,
Lord, lead us to a place, oh my,
guide us with your
us with your
grace. Give us faith so we'll be safe. A world where pain and sorrow will be ended, and every heart that's broken will be mended, and we'll remember we are all children reaching out to touch you, reaching to the sky. We ask the light be kind, and watch us from above. We'll hope it so we'll find another soul to love. Let this be our prayer. Let this be our prayer.
Just like every
Just
child
needs to find a place, guide us with your grace. Give us peace so we'll be safe. Needs to find a place, guide us with your grace. Give us peace so we'll be
Good morning, Your Majesty. We're privileged and honored to have you join us for 2025 Achievers and graduation ceremony. Good morning, distinguished members of the TIS community. It is our staunch belief that education must target the mind. After all, it is the single most powerful creation of all time, as said by Dr. J.B. Ryan, the late, of Duke University. What it means is that education must target all the intellectual faculties of imagination, intuition, perception, reason, and will. To put it simply, education is not education if it does not extend and expand the brain in a way that allows individuals to experience life in its fullness. But oftentimes, the kind of things that expand the brain in these ways are not the things that we typically see in a traditional classroom setting, within subject-specific content and terminology. In fact, it usually comes out in the other areas that we oftentimes may not necessarily deem important. The service opportunities, the cultural events, and the sporting activities. But this is Tema International School, where service, culture, and sports are just as important as academics. And so welcome to the event that recognizes and celebrates the multifaceted aspects of the life of a TIS student. Welcome to the 2025 Achievers and Graduation Ceremony. And for being in attendance, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to all of you. Your Majesty, King Taki Teikochu II, a special guest of honor, the founding family, board of governors, staff, students, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. To start the program proper, we will take the opening remarks of two important people. First, our principal, Dr. Ken Daval, and then the student leaders, the head of the Executive Council. So if you indulge me, shall we invite our principal, Dr. Ken Daval.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to focus on three things for this special event: what excites me, what concerns me, and what's important. So let's start with what excites me. I'm excited that we celebrate our IB class of 2025, the Innovators. Without downgrading the importance of the award-winning students from the Achievers Day session, for whom I congratulate now, I admit that when I look forward to each year, it is the destination of our graduating students. It fills me with excitement, awe, and pride, and a reminder that all TIS graduating students go to university. I can't wait to see this year's graduating list. What concerns me? I'm concerned that we'll be saying farewell to families who have strongly supported TIS over many years. I want to take the opportunity to pay tribute to our departing families. For 15 families, today's graduation marks the end of their role as current parents as they move to transition to alumni parents. These parents have ensured that at least 2 of their children have had the opportunity to graduate from Tema International School, and in doing so, have demonstrated a commitment to TIS's shared values and belief. Janelle McDay is the fourth member of her family who has graduated from TIS. Congratulations. Abdul Manan Yanja and Faye Sani are the third child from their respective families to graduate today. Congratulations. Amina Nasruddin, Benjamin and Daniel Kufwa, Blessed Kwashi, Eliana Awusi Afri, Emily Maria Asafo Bwachi, Ezra Anim Samua, Farah Agoro, Karim Dakini, Kayla Serio, Michaela O'Fay, Nishra Natim Adu, and Prince Kobna are the second child from their respective families to graduate. Congratulations and special thanks to these parents. Now, what's important? Integrity, balance, focus, commitment, best effort always. For my major awards, I look beyond the current academic year, as this demonstrates consistency, determination, and character. The famous American basketball coach, John Wooden, describes the importance of character. Be more concerned with your character than your reputation, because your character is what you really are, while your reputation is merely what others think you are. He also reminds us that a big part of character is the self-discipline needed to avoid complacency, resist temptation, and understand that past success doesn't guarantee future success. From my perspective, I want to highlight 4 students who have impressed me over time. However, I must point out that this list was finalised in February and this speech was completed in early March. Nana Aisha Hussain joined TIS in grade 7 and has always been a role model for others in so many ways. One of the many highlights for Nana Aisha was serving as Secretary General for the 2024 TIS Model United Nations, a stunning event that had her fingerprints all over it. You are a future leader, Nana Aisha, and I can see you as the first female president Ghana needs, or the United Nations Secretary General, based on your extensive MUN experiences during your time at TIS. Congratulations. Jerry Huang joined us in grade 7, and I thought we'd lost him a couple of times. Jerry arrived with little English, and when COVID struck here, Jerry lost all his English. When school reopened, he had to start from scratch again. 3 years ago, Jerry, I wasn't confident that you'd be here today. A little known fact is that I prepared Jerry's exit request for him when I received an email from Jerry with just 3 words: go home Friday. However, the best email from Jerry arrived in January this year. Dear Dr. Ken, I hope this email finds you well. I'm writing to request an exit to go home on the afternoon of Friday, the 31st of January. As you may know, next week marks the celebration of the Chinese New Year, a significant event for me and my family. This year is particularly special because it'll be my last Chinese New Year while at TIS, and I would greatly appreciate the opportunity to spend this time with my family. Additionally, I want to share some good news with you. I've recently received 2 university offers, one from the United States and another from Canada. I wanted to thank you and the school for your support throughout this journey. Thank you very much for your understanding. Best regards, Jerry. You have come a long way in your TIS journey, Jerry. So after today's event, please thank the key people who helped you reach this goal. They include your teachers and students. Benjamin and Daniel, Manan, Dentu, Ezra, Moses, Deli, and Nanaraisha, who supported you and encouraged. And encouragement has made a meaningful difference in your learning journey. I know how grateful you are for their assistance. Congratulations. Alison Achiapong joined us in grade 9, and over the past 4 years has demonstrated that your only limitations are the ones you place on yourself. She is a leader and a role model for balance. Determination and success. I'm in awe of what you've achieved here across all 4 pillars, Alison, and I'm confident that you will inspire many future students because you are determined to offer no excuses. Jeremy Tacky joined TIS halfway through grade 8. He's always been a shy, gentle giant who suddenly shattered this image with his masterful performance at the 2023 Expression. Was that really our Jeremy who performed on stage by singing a song he wrote? As a hostel prefect, Jeremy was visible by encouraging students to observe and demonstrate standards. He's a hero to the junior boys, especially the grade 7 students, whom he helped settle into hostel life with support and encouragement. I was also impressed with his CAS initiative, A Writer's Repose. Congratulations, Jeremy. Like the 3 previously mentioned students, Jeremy does what needs to be done, and usually more, without fuss or fanfare, while being a role model for others to emulate. Finally, my advice to our graduating students is, be recognised for your integrity, remain balanced, demonstrate each learner profile attribute daily, and as a TIS alumni, make Tema International School proud. Above all, be a role model. Know the difference between being an influencer and a role model. A role model demonstrates their values and beliefs, allowing others to do the same. Always be yourself. Remember, it's your actions as role models that will make this world a better place. Thank you.
His Majesty King Taki Tekochu II, the founding family, the governing board, invited guests, esteemed members of staff, cherished family and friends, and the graduating class of 2025, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is an honor to stand before you today as the TIS Heads of Council. We gather to bid farewell to the class of 2025 as they embark on a new journey. On behalf of the students' body, we are grateful to be part of this remarkable celebration filled with joy, reflection, and gratitude. Over the academic year, as a student's body, each of us has grown, not just in knowledge, but in character and resilience. That makes this year's theme befitting, embracing growth, building a better world together. We have learned that growth is not always easy. Sometimes it means attending countless support classes. Other times, it is finding the courage to speak in public. But every step, no matter how small, brings us closer to becoming our best selves.
At CIS, we've learned that growth happens through community. We are surrounded by supportive teaching and non-teaching staff, and we collaborate through service projects, intercolor sports, and group assignments, and together we are stronger. As the graduates move forward, they carry these lessons with them. They have been part of a community that encourages critical thinking, integrity, respect, empathy, creativity, and bold action, shaping them into people who do not just dream of a better world, but create it. To our graduating class, thank you for your strength through these challenges. You shaped a legacy that will be remembered for years. Your encouragement and sacrifices never go unnoticed. Thank you for every shared laughter that has made these years unforgettable. As you step out of these four walls, it's time for a fresh start, for early morning lectures and a new kind of independence. Accept growth and adaptability, not just for your sake, but for the world you are stepping into, a world that needs your ideas, empathy, and energy. To the student body, let us allow today to be a reminder that growth is a journey that begins now, and not only on graduation day. Let the accomplishments and resilience of the class of 2025 inspire us to embrace each challenge, capitalize on teamwork, and build a better world, poised with purpose, fortitude, and action. Once again, congratulations, IB class of 2025. Thank you.
Now we should start with the first set of awards.
To help us with the presentation, we'll invite Mr. Gabriel Acheku. He's the Dukies coordinator, a teacher of physical and health education, and a member of the sports team. We'll start with the bronze recipients. This first set of awardees, we are so proud to introduce them as the Duke of Edinburgh Bronze and Silver Awards. These are a group of dedicated students who, through service, skill development, physical activity, and adventurous journeys, have embraced challenges and exemplified the values of resilience and leadership. To receive the first Bronze Award, we invite Maxwell Osei Amano of Grade 10. Congratulations. Next, we have the Silver Award recipient, Nubuke Elijanto, Grade 10. Bakita Selassie Agbovi, Grade 12. Anne Joel Sedinam Ame, Grade 12. Kelvin Kwabena Kwachi Asante, Grade 12. Dentu Kwabena Jampo, Grade 12. Kelvin Komla Kasami, Grade 12. Inshira Sewa Intim Edu, Grade 12. Kayla Lily MFA CIO, Grade 12. Congratulations. Kukwa Finn. Thank you, Mr. Cheku.
We'll move on to the grade awards, starting with grade 7. And to help us with the presentation, may I invite the Deputy MYP Coordinator, Mrs. Fafa Wensley Kumasa. For Best Performance in Dance Production and Expression 2025, we have Genesis Menu. She delivered a captivating solo music performance during the Christmas lunch and demonstrated remarkable dance abilities. For Best Service as Action Project, we have Kyla Voji and Uriel Wolf Tego. In an effort to create awareness about student time management, these two conducted a survey on screen time usage during Saturdays and presented the findings through a pie chart mural, showcasing an understanding of their math unit on statistics and probability. Now to subject-specific awards. For language acquisition French, capable, Megan Mailamini. For Best Student in Language Acquisition French, Emergent, and Best Student in Language Acquisition Spanish, Kofi Ofori. For Best Student in Language and Literature, for Best Student in Design, for Best Student in Music, Best Student in Integrated Sciences, Best Student in Integrated Humanities, Best Student in Visual Arts, Best Student in Physical and Health Education, Best Student in Mathematics, Uriel Wolf Tego.
Congratulations, Uriel. On to grade 8. Best Performance in Acting, Dance, and Production, Michelle Tieku. She delivered a remarkable performance in The Secret of an Ancient Well and another one in Expression 2025. Best Community Service Project Award, A Tree at a Time. We are awarding Janelle Ahadome and David Bannerman. Janelle and David collaborated by organizing a tree planting exercise both at TIS and Floating Kids Academy in Ashaiman. They subsequently published an article in the Junior Graphic to raise awareness on afforestation. Congratulations. Now to the subjects. Best Student in Mathematics, David Bannerman. Best Student in Language Acquisition French, capable, Elias Cisse. Best Student in Language Acquisition French, Emergent, Amy Frances Gavo. Best Student in Integrated Humanities, Kwesi Eisi. Best Student in Integrated Sciences, Stephen Ajeman. Best Student in Language Acquisition Spanish, David Tamaklu. The same student is receiving the award for Language and Literature, English. So he's receiving 2 awards, David Tamaklu. David is receiving 6 awards, Best Student in Visual Arts, Best Student in Music, Best Students in Physical and Health Education, Best Students in Design, David Tamaklo. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Fafa. We'll take a break between these awards and the Grade 9 awards and introduce the alumni speaker for this morning. But before we do, a few acknowledgements. We have in our midst our guest speaker, Mr. Samuel Amano. Thank you for being with us. If you can give us a wave. Thank you. Our alumni speaker is Dr. Abdul Aziz Tembela, who is an outstanding alumnus of Tema International School, where he began his journey of academic excellence in 2009 and graduated in 2015. His time at TIS laid the foundation for a remarkable path in medicine, research, and education. Ladies and gentlemen, for the sake of time, the actual bios are in the brochure, so you can read more about our speakers. But shall we turn our attention now to the screen as we receive the alumni speaker's speech?
Good morning, esteemed staff, proud parents, distinguished guests, students, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2025, the innovators. My name is Dr. Abdulaziz Timbila. It's an absolute honor to give a speech to a place that has shaped me in so many ways. Given this opportunity, I feel an immense sense of gratitude and pride. Congratulations to the IB class of 2025 on reaching this significant milestone in your journey. 10 years ago, I sat where you are today, filled with a mixture of excitement and a bit of uncertainty about what lays ahead. Reflecting on my time in TIS, I had the privilege in serving in multiple roles, including Academic Affairs Prefect, Student Representative Council Moderator, and took part in many Model United Nations conferences, as a delegate, chair, and even once as the Secretary General. These experiences allowed me to develop leadership skills, communication, and critical thinking skills that have guided me to this day. Today, I speak to you as a medical doctor, and by God's grace, later this year, I will acquire my PhD in cancer therapy in collaboration with biochemistry. These achievements would not have been possible without the solid foundations laid here at Tema International School. The IB program taught me resilience. Those sleepless nights, working on internal assessments and an extended essay, showed me the power of perseverance and time management. The CAS program encouraged me to step beyond my comfort zone, teaching me that education isn't just about acquiring knowledge, but about applying it to make a difference. As I progressed through medical school and into my career, I came to appreciate some core lessons that have carried me to this day. I want to share them with you. 1. Growth comes with discomfort. The moments that challenge you the most will be the ones that shape you the most. Every setback is an opportunity to learn and improve. Embrace the difficult times, for they are stepping stones to your future success. 2. Collaboration over competition. The world is not just about individual success, it's about collective growth. The relationships you build, whether in academia, work, or personal life, will be your strongest assets. Seek to uplift those around you, and you'll find yourself uplifted in return. During my time in TI, I was part of the Anthony Hostel and Red Tegelia Color Group, where I learned the value of teamwork and the strength of working together towards a common goal. 3. Never stop learning. Education doesn't end at graduation. Curiosity and continuous self-improvement will set you apart. Be open to new ideas, challenge your own perspective, and remain a lifelong learner. 4. Discipline. Success is not just about achievement, but about the values you uphold along the way. Stay true to your principles and let honesty and integrity guide your decisions. Discipline was a key part of my journey in TIS. I was honored to be awarded the best behaved student in 12th grade. That recognition reinforced my beliefs that character matters just as much as achievements. The habits of discipline and integrity you develop will serve you in the years to come. And finally, take care of yourselves. Ambition is important, but so is balance. Prioritize your well-being, both physically and mentally. As a medical doctor, I've seen firsthand how neglecting your self-care can have long-term consequences. Your health is your greatest asset. Protect it. My dear graduates, today is not the ending, but the beginning of something even greater. As you step into the next phase of your journey, know that you are prepared, you are capable, and you have an entire community behind you. Congratulations once again, and may you continue to embrace growth and build a better world together. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
Baba yetu yetu liye binguni yetu yetu Amina Baba yetu yetu liye Jina lako eli tukuzwe Baba yetu yetu liye binguni yetu yetu Amina Baba yetu yetu liye Jina lako eli tukuzwe Baba yetu yetu liye binguni yetu yetu Amina Baba yetu yetu liye Jina lako eli tukuzwe Baba yetu yetu liye binguni yetu yetu Amina Baba Jina lako eli tukuzwe Tupe leo chakula chetu tunatohitaji utusamehe makosa yetu kama nasi tunayosamehe waliotukosea isitutie katika majaribu lakini utuokoe na yule mwenye Amina Baba Amina Baba yetu ufalme wako ufike utakalo amani ni amina Baba yetu yetu liye mbinguni yetu yetu Amina Baba yetu yetu liye Jina lako eli tukuzwe Baba yetu yetu liye mbinguni yetu yetu Amina Baba yetu yetu liye Jina lako eli tukuzwe Utupe leo chakula chetu tunatohitaji utusamehe makosa yetu kama nasi tunayosamehe waliotukosea isitutie katika majaribu lakini utuokoe na yule mwenye milele Baba yetu yetu liye jina lako litukuzwe.
On to the next set of awards, grade 9. To help with the presentation, I'll humbly request Mr. Kweku Sechi Ado to join me on stage. Thank you. For best performance in dance, music, and production, Gwendolyn Obeng Kenzo. Her remarkable dance performance in The Secret of an Ancient Well production and outstanding music performance during Expression 2025 demonstrated exceptional artistic versatility. Congratulations, Gwendolyn. Best male student in swimming. He's outstanding. Asha Jesse. Congratulations. Outstanding male students in table tennis, Ryan Akwesi. Best students in language and literature, English, Janelle Obiri. Best students in language acquisition, French, Emergent, Kenneth Coleman. Best student in language acquisition, Spanish, capable, Adrian Mate. Best student in geography, Nana Jemfi Mens. Best student in physical and health education, Kweku AC. Best student in computer science, Josiah Abo. Best student in music, Kuivi Jidepo. Best student in digital design, Philip Boahin. Should I? Receiving 2 awards, Best Student in Standard Mathematics, Best Student in Visual Art, Mami Edu Afo. Next, receiving 4 awards for Best Student in Visual Arts, Best Student in Physics, Best Student in Biology, Best Student in Chemistry, Michelle Ajovu. She's also the best student in extended mathematics. Receiving 5 awards for being the best student in history, best student in economics, best student in language acquisition, Spanish Emergent, best student in product design, Mildred Ochre Dakwa. She's also receiving the Best Service as Action project, Mildred's Corner, and she encouraged a culture of reading. She launched a book review corner in the school's bulletin to encourage her peers to read more.
Thank you very much. For grade 10 awards, may I respectfully invite Professor Audrey Gajekpo to help us with the presentations. For the Best Service as Action Project Award, this is a group award, and the recipients are Nanaya Echampong, Leslie Ann Hyde, Amaris Osei Ajiman, Abena Okwampa, and Sylvia Zenil. These students demonstrated commitment and teamwork by consistently collaborating since MYP4 to maintain the aquarium at the Einstein block. Their dedication to feeding the fish and ensuring a clean space reflects a strong sense of responsibility and care for the school community. On to the next set of awards. And Leslie Ann, please hold on. You're receiving the Best Student in Language Acquisition French Capable Award. Leslie Ann. Sorry. For Best Female Student in Basketball, we have Nana Dokuya Ufuriata. For Best Student in Language Acquisition French Emergent, Karis Kudiabo. For Best Student in Biology, Elikem Bogla. For Best Student in Computer Science, Ewan Seville. For Best Student in Theatre, Queen Victoria Waku. For Best Student in Language Acquisition Spanish Capable, and for Best Dance Performance and Production, Nanaya Echampong. Best Student in Language and Literature, Best Student in Music, Emmanuel Ejeyi Mensah. For Best Student in Digital Design, Joel Ahiapo. For Best Student in Physical Education, Best Student in Standard Mathematics, Antonio Osei Ajamai. For Best Student in History, Best Student in Visual Arts, Best Student in Economics, Nana Joa Asante. For Outstanding Female Student in Soccer, Outstanding Female Student in Volleyball, Outstanding Female Student in Squash, Outstanding Female Student in Handball, Aseye, Tokonu. Receiving 6 awards for Best Student in Physics, Best Student in Product Design, Best Student in Extended Mathematics, Best Student in Chemistry, Best Student in Geography, and Best Personal Project. Bruhan Dean Hussein.
Thank you, Prof. We'll take a performance from our energetic primary school students. But after that, we're going to have our esteemed guest speaker. Kindly permit me to introduce him. Mr. Samuel Amano is a visionary leader and an entrepreneur from Ghana, recognized for his profound impact on the fintech, trade, and global payment sectors across Africa. As the founder and CEO of Blue Space Africa Technologies Ghana and UAE, Blue Space Financial Cloud, and Blue Space Innovation Hub, he has pioneered efforts to integrate advanced technological solutions with African markets, driving significant transformation across the continent. With over 18 years of experience, he has built and led teams that have significantly advanced the landscape of African trade, payment systems, and fintech talent development. Through his inspirational leadership and commitment, Mr. Samuel Amano continues to drive transformative change in the fintech and global payments landscape, advocating for sustainable development and youth empowerment across Africa. Thank you, sir, for coming. We'll now take the performance.
The sky so blue, and clouds of white, bright blessed days, the dark sacred nights, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so daily in the skies, are also on the faces of people walking by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. Babies cry, I hear them grow. I wear much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
I walked in with shoes too big, a bag too full, and a name tag they said would help me feel known. I didn't know if I belonged, didn't know where to sit or who to smile at first. We were all strangers, but look now, they became the ones who knew my love before I said a word. We shared pencils and pieces of ourselves, and though I didn't know then, I was learning not just to choose answers, but people. From can I play with you to I've got your back. We didn't just make friends, we made family, and somehow every high became a home.
There were days we studied, and days we just survived. Days we failed the test, but passed each other kindness. When one of us was tired, the others carried the silence. We shared victories like sweets, and losses like secrets held in soft hands. We cheered till our voices cracked, and danced at socials with two left feet. Even when we fell out, we fell back in, like the rhythm of something real. Isn't that just what school was? Not just books and bells, but bonds being held. In the quiet moment between the noise, we grew into people who could hold others too.
The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the skies, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. Babies cry, I watch them grow. Those are much more than I'll ever know. And I sing to myself, what a wonderful world.
Now, the world is opening wide and wild. We are stepping out, but not stepping alone. We've seen those who had less and felt what it meant to give more. We've wiped tears that weren't ours and stood up for names that were whispered too softly. Here, we learn to care, to carry more than our dreams,
so pretty in the
and
sky,
feel deep,
also
to find a way even when there was people going by. Sometimes the right path is the one you have to ride yourself. And now we know we don't just want to be great, we want to be good. Good for someone, good for the world.
So let's not just pass, let's plant. Let's not just graduate, let's grow again. Where others walk through what we built. Let's be the peace in piece by piece, the here in heart. Let's lift, not just lead. Let's choose we over me. Let's be the kind of loud that sounds like love, the kind of bold that bends down to help. Because now we know who we are, not just names on a list, but voices that echo change. We didn't just grow up, we grew into the world. To the clouds that came and seas,
And these are light. Go
on.
on.
Be the rain, be the roots, be the reason someone else lives. Cheers to the innovators.
I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. Do them much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the skies, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. Don't learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
I'm very honored to be here. My name is Sam Amano, son of the soil. And about 2-3 months ago, or maybe 4 months ago, I was very fortunate to meet Constance Swanica at their last graduation. And I think it was this year, right? This year or last year? Last year. And when I was invited, I said, wow, they've made a big mistake. This is probably the worst mistake. And I didn't realize, as I stood up to talk to the kids, I saw myself in them. This happened 30 years ago when I graduated from Koforidua Sectec, and I was very grateful to be there. But before I go on, I want to acknowledge King Royal Majesty Ni Taki Chiru II for Gamanche. Please, we're honored to have you here. Thank you also for the board chair, Mr. Ennis Heffer, for having me here. I think he was one of my best promoters when I finished the DTI presentation last time. I was very encouraged. Thank you so much, board chair. And then members of the governing board, the founding family, the ambassador, Mrs. James, principal, Dr. Ken Davil, the school management team, the members of the school management team, and the honored alumni. Thank you very much for being here. And the teachers and the faculty, parents and guardians, and then distinguished guests. I've seen some friends in the audience. I won't mention your names. I know you're looking at me. I'm also looking at you. It's actually very refreshing to know that everybody wants to talk about growth. Everybody wants to talk about building together. And that journey is very interesting. You've seen couples going into marriage and say, we have this vision, we're going to build together, and then you all know what happens after. Some succeed, some don't succeed. Now, if you build children and you tell them we're going to build a future together, they're like, okay, this is exciting, we're going to build this. But building is not, growth and building is not very easy. It's rough. It's chaotic. There are lots of nights you'll be crying to build something. And I know the class of 2025, the IB class, you have worked so hard to get to this stage. And I know your parents are like, well, my daughter is doing great, my son is doing great, but they don't know what you actually went through. Let's give them a round of applause for all the hard work that they put in. It's really, really tough. Now, thinking about growth, you can't really get that until you mind something. You have to test yourself. You have to see what is deep inside you to know what you're capable of, to know what really lies in you. What's your talent? What's the main thing that gives you the confidence to believe you can do something? Now, that confidence only comes if you mine it, if you're tested, if you're trained, if somebody pushes you to the edge, if somebody really makes sure they know that you can, so they'll push you. I remember my uncle, Uncle Ben, he would make me read every single day. I used to think he was the most evil person on the earth because my colleagues would be playing soccer, and he's like, nope, after school, you have to read your book. And he pushed and pushed and pushed. Luckily for me, I became a better reader than him. Please clap for me. This young man who he was pushing ended up teaching people in university when I finished. So one day I called him, I said, Uncle Ben, guess what? I'm now an adjunct tutor at the school, at the Wayne College. He's like, what? Who allowed you to start teaching? You don't have a master's. You're not a professor. I said, no, I'm an assistant tutor. He's like, oh, is that what it is? I said, yes, assistant tutors can help the principal professor to do whatever they need to do. So until somebody pushes you, you don't know what's inside you. And I want to equate this to mining. I want to equate this to growth and mining. And I believe Ghana can take an example from this. We have long discovered that Ghana is the richest country producing gold. True or false? Everybody knows this, right? You have known when you gave birth to your kid that it's a great kid. True or false? But the journey from birth to actually realizing that vision of that child doesn't come easy. You have to mine it. Now, the same applies to Bitcoin. Everybody knows Bitcoin is skyrocketing, but to get Bitcoin, you have to mine it. You have to actually dig. You have to bring computers. You have to make sure you process things to unlock that thing that you have deep inside. A lot of these children or young people will become professors, doctors, astronauts, computer scientists, but it's not going to happen unless there's someone who puts their focus on that particular child. Somebody puts a lens on them and say, you know what, this kid will achieve the outcome for which they were born. I remember a scripture that I was reminded when I was preparing myself to come here. It says, 2 Corinthians 4:7, it says, we have this treasure in earthen vessels. We are all treasure carriers. We all have something deep inside of us. Your mother knows it, your wife knows it, your sister knows it, your girlfriend knows it, and your children also knows it. But one thing I want to elevate this afternoon is the parents who actually have suffered and taken steps to bring their children to TIS. How many of you know TIS is a great school? I want to take this opportunity to honor all the parents for all the hard work, the back and forth, the visiting hours, to bring your children to a great school because you know they are great. All the parents, a round of applause to you. You're actually the main people graduating today. What is happening is a confirmation that your effort has never been in vain. Right? If Ghana, for example, could mine its gold properly, right, Ghana will not be in vain. Right? You all will benefit from Ghana. If you as a parent, me as a parent, we put that lens on our children and mine the treasure that lies inside of them. You know it. I don't know the name of their treasure, but you know it. This is your next decade and 2 decades of assignment to make sure they become who you have invested them to become. Because what happens after this stage, they enter into the real world. In the real world, it's gangsters, it's guns blazing. There are wars happening everywhere. AI is everywhere, right? Homosexuality is everywhere. Sex abuse is everywhere. Trafficking is everywhere. The world is dangerous. So as a parent, if you have treasure and you want the kids to grow and build together, you have to take a special course for the next 2 decades. These 2 decades requires you to invest in one simple thing, that they don't miss their potential. You have to identify it. You have to have a prayer meeting about it. You have to have a board committee about it. You have to have a committee that monitors their growth for the next 2 decades. It's going to be gangster blazing. It's going to be difficult. They're going to get married. They're going to get cheated on. They're going to get lied to. And in this real world, when you're being lied to, cheated on, and trying to pursue a career and solve a problem, it's not easy. Some people actually give up and will say things like, "A chrono dia," right? It's hard. It's really hard. Let me give you an example of somebody who was able to mine the potential inside them. It's a guy you know very well. His name is very popular. I have a feeling maybe he came from Africa, but his name is Henry Ford. This guy discovered that everyone should qualify to have a vehicle to drive. Today, you and me are privileged to drive in cars. This was the story of Henry Ford. He was a very young guy, he had this passion. He was a farm boy. He grew up on the farm, and he wanted to basically change the narrative. He saw that we're wasting time moving from one place to the other, and he felt mobility could change our lives. So he gave us back our time. Henry Ford went on to invent the Model T. This Model T was the baseline that created the Industrial Revolution for all of us. He instituted the work schedule 9 to 5. Everybody knows about the 9 to 5 schedule, right? Nobody's responding to me. 9 to 5, yes. So Henry Ford was actually the author of the 9 to 5 work schedule because he realized to have an assembly line, to create the vision he had in mind, he needed a factory mindset. TIS is a factory. TIS is producing intelligent agents who are going out there to solve problems. TIS is a factory that produces character, intelligence, and good manners and problem-solving skills. I was very pleased to see the young man who got chemistry and physics and all the different accolades. And I was like, whoa, that could be me. This guy is going to be a great man. And this because of what TIS has done. Another story that comes to mind is a guy you may also know. If you're in the religious circles, you may have heard of him. His name is Rockefeller, John D. Rockefeller. How many of you have heard of Rockefeller? This guy is phenomenal. This guy operated based on purpose. He operated based on vision. He operated with a mindset that if you work so hard and you earn all the amount of money you can, you will one day die. So he figured to unlock his own potential, it's not enough. He wanted to unlock potential in other people. He wanted to build a future where even after he's gone, he had legacy. And I know a lot of you young people, this may be a heavy subject, but don't be surprised. At 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, you're all observing what your parents have been doing. You've been checking what the media has been telling you, and you're charting your own course. You want to be different. You want to be innovative. You're saying, no, I don't want to be like my dad. No, I don't want to be like my mom. I want to be my own person in the future. That was John D. Rockefeller. He decided to give away all his wealth. And in the 1800s, he was the most richest person. Everybody knew him. You think Elon Musk is rich? Back then, John Rockefeller was the richest man. He set up universities. He believed that if you're building an intelligent factory like TIS, where you're unlocking talents and the labor force, you can replicate that even after you're dead and gone. So he invested all his wealth, he invested all his money into building future posterity. He was the first person who unlocked the idea of an NGO, charity organization, where you give your wealth to the promotion of a particular cause. J.D. Rockefeller was the main guy. He is my guy. I like him. But one thing that made him super, super successful was not that he was intelligent. It wasn't that he was handsome. It wasn't that he grew up in a family of wealth. You know what made him super successful? Discipline. This guy understood the science of discipline. Discipline is a mystery where if you repeat the same thing at the same time, continuously, consistently, no matter how dumb you are, you would achieve something with your life. John D. recognized to build the future and grow, you have to practice the art of discipline. A lot of us young entrepreneurs like myself, during COVID, for example, I was almost giving up, right? Having worked in big tech, coming back home to Ghana, I realized that if I'm going to succeed, no matter what prophecy they've given me, no matter what my parents have said, discipline was the only thing that I had. So I had to study, I had to network, I had to explore new relationships, and by the grace of God, we keep moving. So that was the story of John D. Rockefeller. There's another guy who didn't give up. This will shock you. There's actually a lady, and the lady from the East. I would love to meet her. I've not seen her yet. I've read about her, and she's one of the first self-made billionaires in China. If I tell you about this lady, you will be marveled. This lady unlocked potential. She lost her mom at age 5. IB class of 2025, you're lucky to have your parents at your graduation. IB group, please give a round of applause to your parents. To your parents. This young lady, Zhu Quanfei, is her name. What did she discover? At age 5, when she lost her mom, she got mentorship. Age 16, she decided to work in a factory where they make wristwatch. While she was learning how the wristwatch mechanism works, she was asking herself, why do they always have to put a glass on this wristwatch? Zhu Quanfei said, anything that has intelligence has a glass cover on it. She observed houses were having glass windows. She went around, she saw glass stores. And then the iPhone was invented. There's a young man called Steve Jobs who discovered there's a lady in China that can make screens for smartphones. Guess who they went after? Zhu Quanfei. Today, she's the largest shareholder of Lens Technologies, where they manufacture glass screens for all the iPhones you all use. She was 5 and lost her mom, 16 in a factory, and decided to take the destiny of her own potential by force. I believe no one is going to help you henceforth, IB class. You're on your own. But guess what? Angels are behind you. God is behind you. TIS Alumni Network is behind you. You can build your potential to the max. You will become the greatest of this graduation cohort. I believe that because what I'm feeling is so strong, and I believe you guys are fortunate to be in the company of this guest. But is that all? I want to share my last experience of building together and growth. There's a young lady by the name Susanna Anyanko. She grew up in Teshi to a very average family. And this Susanna Anyanko lady basically lost her husband when I'm giving it away, when I was 10. At 10 years old, Susanna Anyanko lost her husband. That was my dad. And Susanna Anyanko decided to push through. Because it's not enough to go through labor and give birth and not go through the second labor to produce destiny. She pushed through. And I am a product of Susanna Ache Anyanko. I want to give her, wherever she is, I want her to know I'm grateful for pushing through. She sold her fabric in Mokola to take me to school. She pushed through. She made sure I had food to eat. She made sure I had a place to sleep. She made sure I had shoes to wear. I had a belt to tie my trousers. And I'm very, very grateful. I'll leave you with 5 laws. From all the different tests you've done to the treasure that I've been talking about, that you have to unlock this treasure. This last IB exam is not the last one you will ever do. You're going to have more tests in your life, more than the IB exams. I encourage you to embrace tests. Embrace all the hardship that comes, because through them, you actually unlock the potential. I want to also suggest to you, and this is optional, choose character over talent. I know you're smart, I know you're intelligent, I know you're cute, but choose character over talent. Lastly, if you earn your treasure, if you manifest your treasure, but it doesn't only serve your community like I'm doing today, your treasure is useless. Let your treasure serve others. Let your treasure serve others. Number 4, and then the last one on 5. Number 4, keep digging. You can't unlock your potential if you stop. AI is here. AI is going to take all the jobs. And I repeat, AI is here. AI is going to take all the jobs. Keep digging. Find new areas of value you can unlock. And the last one, which is very, very inspirational for me, stay rooted in the God of treasure. Stay rooted in the God of treasure. Never forget the source of that strength you have. Don't forget where you come from. Don't let your mom's wealth or your father's wealth or your father's position fool you. Stay rooted in God. I am very grateful. In closing, I just want to say, if Ghana has gold and you live in Ghana, you are part of that generation of gold. I encourage you all to continue supporting one another, building together, creating growth together, and allowing each others to fail and succeed. To keep trying. Let the test come. You will go through it. In my last conclusion, I like to say that there's a lady in the school called Surama King. She spotted a treasure in me and gave me this opportunity to speak. Surama, wherever you are, I'm grateful. Thank you so much for the invite. You are gold. Thank you.
I think he deserves better. Thank you very much for your very powerful and explosive speech. We're grateful. Now we'll move on to grade 11 awards. But before we do that, we skipped some 2 people from grade 9 because they were back changing after leaving the stage with the choir. And so we'll invite them. May I please invite the MYP coordinator, Mr. Jerry Darko, to help us with the next set of presentations. All right, so for Best Student in Music, grade 9, Kwivi Jidefo. All right. Now to grade 11. Receiving the first award for Best Cast Project is Ruby Nanefua Boahin Paintel. Ruby led the Bistro 26 initiative, mobilizing peers to raise over 18,000 Ghana cedis for the Educate Mante project. She showed initiative, effective planning, and teamwork by coordinating sales, managing Cast Kitchen, and exceeding fundraising goals. Congratulations, Ruby. For Best Female Student in Athletics, Samuela Eduba, Outstanding Female Athlete. For Outstanding Male Athlete, Jason Ejay. For Best Student in French B, Higher Level, Emmanuel Foucault. For Best Student in Visual Arts, Higher Level, Anne Gavor. For Best Student in Art Standard Level, Alfred Kanu. For Best Student in English A Literature, Higher Level, Zoe Opare. For Best Student in English A Literature, Standard Level, Sharon Kwaku. For Best Student in Chemistry, Standard Level, Uforiwa Sechi Ado. For Best Student in Biology, Standard Level, Samantha Arthur. For Best Student in History, Higher Level, Rima Janelle Echampong. For Best Student in Economics, Standard Level, Papa Intifo. For Best Student in Spanish B, Standard Level, Mame Osei Amuako. For Best Student in Geography, Higher Level, Oheneba Chedebo Akodia. For Best Student in Physics, Higher Level, Charles Edubofo. For Best Student in Environmental Systems and Societies, Standard Level, and Best Student in Digital Society, Higher Level, Brianna Aqua. For Best Student in English A, Language and Literature, Higher Level, and Best Student in Geography, Standard Level, Eliana Isel. For Best Student in Maths, Applications and Interpretation, Higher Level, and Best Student in Economics, Higher Level, Michael Ochiri Dakwa. For the Best Performance in Acting, Dance and Production, and Best Student in Business Management, Standard Level, Sedinam Alija. For Outstanding Female Student in Swimming, Best Student in Psychology, Standard Level, and Best Student in Maths, Applications, and Interpretation, Standard Level, Naila Mafo. For 5 awards, Best Student in German ab initio, Standard Level, Best Student in Physics, Standard Level, Best Student in Maths, Analysis and Approaches, Higher Level, Best Student in Computer Science, Higher Level, and Best Student in Business Management, Higher Level, Sujan Alote. For the final award for grade 11, taking 7 awards. Best Student in French B, Standard Level, Best Student in Chemistry, Higher Level, Best Student in Biology, Higher Level, Best Student in Maths, Analysis and Approaches, Standard Level, Best Student in English Language and Literature, Standard Level, Best Student in Psychology, Higher Level, and Best Student in Theory of Knowledge. Glorious Angel Ojui Asari. Thank you very much, Mr. Jaridako. Now to grade 12 award.
To help us with grade 12, we invite Mr. Samuel Atendana, teacher of TOK, Theory of Knowledge. The first set is a group award, the TIS Smile Club Executives. Obapenyin Amachere, Chenebua Kodria, Ekuba, Bevel, Aka, Farah Agoro Karim Dikeni, and Emanuela Ashiagbo. The executives raised a whopping 17,000 Ghana cedis to support surgery for a child with cleft lip and palate. They led outreach efforts, mentored members, and represented TIS during Operation Smile visits. They demonstrated leadership, empathy, and strong alignment with CAST outcomes in collaboration, global engagement, and ethical service. Congratulations. Thank you. For Best Performance in Production and Expression 2025, Mika Mensah. She demonstrated outstanding leadership in her pivotal role as student acting coach for Secret of an Asian Well production, while also delivering exceptional musical performances during Expression 2025. Best Female Student in Tennis, Alison Intriwa Echampong. Best female student in badminton, Eliana Owusu Efriye. Best student in English A, Language and Literature, higher level, Inshira Sewa in Team Edu. Best student in Digital Society, standard level, Nanaya Ankuma Arthur. Best student in Economics, Emanuela Kafui Aku Ashiagbo. Best student in Geography, high level, Abena Asabia Aseye Asare. Best student in Geography, standard level, Anne Joel Sedinam Ame. Best student in Biology, standard level, Daniel Yao Owusu Tofo. Best student in Computer Science, standard level, Jeffrey Obrimpong Boahen. Best student in Sports, Exercise, and Health Science, standard level, Benjamin Kwabena Tofo. Best student in Mathematics, Analysis and Approaches, standard level, Kelvin Nanakwame Ampedu Ansong. Best student in Music, high level, Jeremy Ni Taiko Taki. Best student in Theater, high level, Obapenyi Ama Chere Chuneboa Kodia. Best student in Visual Art, high level, Genevieve Akemde. Best student in Theory of Knowledge, Bakitha Selassie Agbovi. Best student in English A, Literature, standard level, Farah Agoro Karim Dikeni. She's also winning the award for Best Student in French, high level. Best Student in Chemistry, standard level. Best Student in Extended Essay. Best Student in Business Management. Best Student in Extended Essay, Nana Aisha Hussein. Best Student in Business Management. Outstanding Male Student in Basketball. Outstanding Male Student in Tennis, Blaise Kwashi. Best Student in Psychology, high level, Best Student in Digital Society High Level, Best Student in Spanish Standard Level, Phoebe Nana Ekia Kodria Cheneboa. Best Student in Physics Standard Level, Best Student in Computer Science, Best Student in Mathematics, Pakwesi Adom Dennis. Best Student in Spanish Ab Initio Standard Level, Best Student in Psychology Standard Level, Best Student in Biology High Level, Best Student in English Language and Literature Standard Level, Kayla Lily, MFA CIO. Outstanding male student in soccer, outstanding male student in badminton, outstanding male student in volleyball, outstanding male student in squash, outstanding male student in handball, Joseph Francis Muke James. Best student in French Standard Level, Best Student in Economics Standard Level, Best Student in Physics High Level, Best Student in Mathematics Applications and Interpretation High Level, Best Student in Chemistry High Level, Kezia Koko Boche. Receiving 6 awards: Best Student in English A Literature High Level, Best Student in Environmental Systems and Societies Standard Level, Best Student in History High Level, Best Student in Business Management High Level, Best Student in Mathematics Applications and Interpretation Standard Level, Tracy Danso Eje.
Now to a set of awards we call special awards. And starting with that category, we have the International Award for this year. TIS is the African Mooting Champions for the second time. The University of Dundee African Schools Mooting competition has been in existence for 7 years. And in its existence, no school from no country has won the competition second in a row. Last year we won it, and this year we have won it again. And so we have set the standard and set the mark in grand style. Now, to introduce to you the speakers for the competition, and to do the presentation of certificates to these ones, may I respectfully invite the Deputy General Manager, Mrs. Frances Ajavon Okujeto. The first person is Eliza Mante of grade 10. Leslie-Ann Hyde. Bruhan Dean Hussein. And Dean was one of the speakers that won last year's event. So he's won it last year, he's won it this year. And then Louisa Jose, who was also adjudged the best overall mooter, the second runner-up for best overall mooter. These four are the ones who spoke, but there's somebody else who I'd like to acknowledge and highlight. The president of the Mooting Society, Phoebe Nanekuya Trineboa, Kodia Trineboa. Her sense of leadership and mentorship is unparalleled. She was with the group up until 2 weeks to her final exam. Thank you very much, Phoebe. And thank you very much, our Deputy General Manager. May I now invite our Vice Principal, Ms. Yvonne Tego, to help us with the next set of awards. And the first is for the Class of the Year. And this goes to Grade 10. Grade 10 is the Class of the Year. So shall we have the reps of Grade 10 up to receive the shield? The next award is Color of the Year. And this goes to Blue Cedar. Our Outstanding Male Sports Champion of the Year goes to Joseph Francis Muke James. And our outstanding female sports champion of the year is Aseye Tokonu of Grade 10. The next set of awards are the Principal's Character Award. Thank you very much, Ms. Tego. Thank you very much. May I now invite the Principal, Dr. Kendavel, to do the presentation for his Character Awards. The first person receiving the Principal's Character Award is Alison Ntriwa Echampong. The second person is Jeremy Ni Taki, the son of the special guest of honor, His Majesty King Taki Teko Chu II. The third recipient for the Principal's Character Award is Ru Huang. And the final person is Nana Aisha Hussein. Aisha is also receiving the award for exemplary conduct. Thank you very much, Ken. May I now invite our board chair, Mr. Anis Hafa, to help us with the next set of presentations. A round of applause for the board chair, please. For the best MYP results for 2024, And may I invite the representative of Kairos Esilfi to receive this on his behalf. Kairos Esilfi he gets a plaque, an HP laptop, and a $250 shopping voucher. Now to the best DP results 2024. May I invite the rep of Tiffany Forson to receive this on her behalf. Do we have the rep of Tiffany Forson here? All right. She's getting a $1,000 cash prize, a $500 Apple voucher, and a plaque. For the most reliable student, Joseph Francis Muke James. Distinguished guest, this is the student who epitomizes what it means to be willing to go the extra mile for one's community. You can call on him and you know he will get the job done. Congratulations, Joseph James. Now to the Initiative Award, which recognizes someone who has been proactive in finding solutions to problems and seeks opportunities for growth. Ladies and gentlemen, Obapani Ama Chere Chunebua Kodia. And she gets a beautiful plaque and a cash prize of $500. Thank you very much, Mr. Anisafa Boche. And now for this particular award, we would do the presentation down here because it is the Dr. Sylvia Boy Award for Excellence in Leadership. And this award goes to Phoebe Nanekia Kodia Cheneboa. She gets a plaque, a cash prize of $500, and a shopping voucher worth 2,000 Ghana cedis. Thank you. Now may I invite a member of the founding family, Mr. Ayi Ajavon, to do the presentation for the Student of the Year, the Ajavon Award. A round of applause as we welcome Mr. Ayi Ajavon, please. The Ajavon Award goes to Obapeni Ama Chere Cheneboa Kodia. She gets a cash prize of $1,500, an Apple voucher worth $500, and a shopping voucher worth 2,000 Ghana cedis. And of course, she gets a citation and a plaque. A big congratulations to all of our recipients of the awards. Thank you very much, Mr. Ayia Javon. All right. We shall now take a short speech from our special guest of honor. And to do the speech in his stead is Na Lamle Ajaku Dromo II, who is the Lante Janwe Manye. Shall we please, with a round of applause, welcome
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I stand here in shoes I could never pretend to fill. The principal and staff of Tema International School, distinguished invited guests, parents and students of this esteemed institution, ladies and gentlemen, including our friends of the media. It was with a great delight that I accepted your kind invitation to be here today, both as guest of honor and a proud parent of one of the graduating students. I note with deepest satisfaction that students from this school often gain admission to top colleges and universities worldwide. As a result of the excellent and rigorous education that focuses on leadership skills, holistic and problem-solving learning programs directed at producing innovative, world-class citizens. I have no doubt that your products will impact positively on their communities, wherever they find themselves in the future. One of the cardinal objectives of education is to produce not only accomplished students, but also globally competitive alumni in a constantly changing and technologically driven world. Simply put, your revered school educates children to acquire knowledge and skills that will help them to become successful members of society that is facing complex challenges. Dear parents and students, the world does not face a shortage of people with certificates and degrees. However, what every employer wants to have are people with relevant qualifications, proven competence, discipline, and a high moral standing. Please remember that discipline will eventually determine your altitude or height in your career. On the other hand, good character and high integrity will make you a reliable individual and a preferred partner. Furthermore, to give you a competitive edge over your peers, you will need to invest in your own continuous skills development that will make you a top professional and an employee motivated at all times to be of great service to humanity by transforming lives. This is your vocation to society, and it calls for you to rise above all challenges. At this point, let me remind you of a proverb that says, if you want to walk fast, then you must walk alone. But if you wish to go very far in life, then you are to appreciate teamwork and work meticulously with others. This is how to reach the very apex of your chosen career in future. I further urge you to cultivate discernment and compassion in working with your colleagues. In that regard, refrain from judgments based on hearsay or incomplete information. That is not the mark of professionalism. To help you in building strong and lasting relationships, I recommend a 4-way test which can guide you immensely in life. Before you spread any information, ask yourself the following questions. 1, is it true? 2, is it necessary and helpful to our relations? 3, Is it acceptable to give this information? And 4, is the information important where I am saying it, to whom I am saying it to, and how I am disclosing it? When things are said at the right time to the right people, at the right place, and in the right manner, all things become good and right in life. Finally, let me end with a short story. In a village, there was a young lady who lived with her parents. Her father died early in life, so this young girl had to help her mother to earn money for their survival. Since the closest well, where all the villagers fetched water, was 2 kilometers away, she went with her peers every day to fetch water 3 times a week, and on other days she went to get items for her mother to sell for income. The villagers noticed that on some days in the week, she was exceptionally slow in walking with a bucket on her head. So all the children would go past her on the road. Many children and villagers looked at her and made fun of her with her slow walk. One day, an old lady asked her, "Why do you walk so slowly on selected days when even children who are younger than you go past you?" The young lady replied, "They are always only carrying water in their buckets. However, I sometimes carry eggs, which my mother sells for income for my family. If they walk fast and spill the water, that is no great loss. However, if I go fast and break the eggs, that would mean loss of investment and possible starvation for my family." The moral is simple. Please think carefully and deeply before you carry out any task. I thank you for your kind attention.
Every step you know.
Climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow till you find your dream.
A dream that you need, all the love you can give. Every day of your life, for as long as you live. Climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow till you find your
dream. A dream that will need all the love you can give. Every day of your life, for as long as you live. Climb every mountain,
Thank you very much. And that beautiful performance was our special guest celebration of graduates and achievers for this ceremony. Thank you very much, Your Majesty. A round of applause for Your Majesty, please. TIS is a school that believes in giving back. And so we are always looking for an opportunity to extend that aspect of our school. For July 2026, we are revising even further and better our act of giving. But please don't take it from me, take it from the person who's spearheading this project, TIS's first head girl, Mrs. Apioko Ashon Abe. May we turn our attention to the screen.
For our my name is Apioko Ashon Abe. I'm a poet, an author, a media practitioner, and an activist, particularly for all things education and culture. But most importantly, I am a proud TIS alumna of the class of 2007 and the first head girl of Tema International School. Now, what are we here to talk about? It's the TIS Give Back program. For our 22-year journey, we have known that TIS is all about service, and that has been at the heart of everything that our co-founders have always believed in. And that's precisely why we're doing this. Our co-founders, Mrs. Comfort Ajavon and Mr. Alphonse Ajavon of blessed memory, they've always believed in service. They believed in education that's inclusive, education that is well-grounded in culture, education that is world-class, and education that has purpose. So you're not just studying to get a certificate or a degree, you're studying so that you can be well-equipped to give back to your society and to the world. Now, who benefits from this program? It's young people in Ghana who otherwise would not have access to a TIS education or any of the elements that it embodies. Now, we're looking to kickstart the TIS Give Back program in July 2026, where we get to do a pilot. What's going to happen during that pilot? We're looking at 30 brilliant students who cannot afford the program, and so they will receive some kind of a scholarship for a 5-day immersive experience. They'll come to the secondary campus of Tema International School, and we'll take them through anything from leadership potential to creativity, public speaking, entrepreneurship, emotional intelligence, career planning, innovation, you name it, all that they need to succeed and to make a great mark in the world that we live in today. And we're looking at young people who are aged between 13 and 16 years. Now get this, the people who are going to facilitate these sessions with these young people are TIS IBDP students, alumni, staff, parents, friends of TIS, volunteers, experts, anyone who believes in this vision. You get to join this community as we come together in service. Now, why does this matter? We need to connect Ghana to Africa and to the world for future impact. And this project speaks directly to something that I personally believe in, the power of education. When it's done right, it can move Ghana and Africa to greater heights. And so if we scale up a model like this that's culturally grounded, that's inclusive, that's the future forward education, then we will raise a generation of change makers who transform our societies. In honor of Mr. and Mrs. Ajavon, and in service to the next generation of African leaders, this is only the beginning. So congratulations, class of 2025. The future is waiting for you. Last, I'm going to say something that I hope all of you will repeat and keep in your hearts. Very simple. We're extending the TIS experience beyond our walls to build the Africa that we want together.
Thank you, Apioko, for spearheading this great initiative. And I hope that we have all taken note because we will be calling on you to help us make this a reality. All right. We are about to draw the curtain on the first part of the program, but we cannot do that unless we complete this final set of presentations, recognizing the people who have been in service for 10 years as the governing board of Tema International School. And to help us do this presentation, may I invite, once again, Mr. Ayi Ejavon from the founding family, and then the representative of our special guest of honor, the paramount chief of Abola traditional area and Atuchofe of the Gan State. Atofoche, my apologies, the Atofoche of the Gan State, Ni Ahini Nunu the third. A round of applause for them, please. The first member of the board to be recognized is the board secretary, who started at the beginning and inception of the school. So, Mr. Eddie Tokono, school administrator and board secretary. He's played a vital role in the school's early development, becoming the first school administrator and secretary to the Board of Governors. Then we have Mr. Kweku Sechi Ado, who is a communication consultant, a former journalist and broadcaster, and who has been a TIS parent since 2009. The next person is Professor Audrey Gajekpo, a professor at the Department of Communication Studies and former dean of the School of Information and Communication Studies at the University of Ghana. She has more than 30 years' experience in teaching, research, and advocacy, and she's a former TIS parent. The next person is Mr. Joe Oheming, who is currently not with us, but we'll acknowledge him anyway. He retired from Deloitte and Touche in 2019 as the director in charge of Risk Advisory Business Unit, having worked there for 38 years. We're sure he's watching us, and so we acknowledge him as well. The next person is Dr. Mrs. Sylvia Awo Mansa Boy, a renowned educationist with a distinguished 37-year career with WAEC. A round of applause for Mrs. Boy, please. She was the first chairperson of the Board of Governors and school advisor. And then finally, we have the board chair, Mr. Anis Hava, who has served as chairman of the National Teaching Council and a board member of the Ghana Education Service. Under the leadership of these distinguished individuals, TIS has grown from strength to strength in the last 10 years. Thank you very much, board. And on behalf of everyone, we thank you for your great service. Thank you very much, Mr. Ayi and Ni Ahene Nunu III. We're grateful. I'm sorry. On that note, and with the permission of Your Majesty, we'll call the curtain on the first part of the event.
Good afternoon, our special guest of honor, invited guest management of TIS, teaching and non-teaching staff, proud parents, guardians, IB graduating class of 2025. Students, the second part of our ceremony is the graduation, and this is where we confer the diploma certificate to our graduating class of 2025. To moderate this session, I am Atu Bentum, and I will be co-doing this with my colleague, Mrs. Fafa Kumasa.
We have all ever been in the place of waiting for expectations, transition, celebration, and anything between. But today, we wait in celebration of resilience, hard work, transition, and excellence. Contrary to Ayikwe Ama, the popular Ghanaian novelist, waiting does not stifle progress. It builds capacity. Our 2025 graduating class have waited and they have built this capacity. Today's celebration is a conduit to their transition to the next step of their academic journey. As we celebrate them, we celebrate their spirit of resilience, hard work, and excellence. Shall we now invite the DP team to present the certificate to the graduating class? Now, graduates, Abdul Salam Abubakari Abanga is heading to the Western Michigan University in the USA to study business. Genevieve Edonu Achemde is heading to the University of Manchester in the UK to study architecture. Alison Intriwa Echampon is heading to the College of Worcester in the USA to study psychology and international relations. Ninette Eyram Adom is heading to the University of Ghana to study medicine. Nanama Eyram Ajaga is heading to the College of Worcester in the USA to study architecture. Tracy Danso Ejay is heading to the Ashesi University to study law. Eunice Abna Edubofo is heading to the University of Reading in the UK to study pharmacy. Eliana Owusu Efriye is heading to the University of Warwick in the UK to study law. Bakita Salasi Agbovi is heading to DePaul University in the USA to study finance. Farah Agoro Kerim Dikeni is heading to Audencia Business School in France to study management. Kelvin Ejeni Mboatin is heading to the University of North Carolina in the USA to study business management. Senanu Malto Ahlija is heading to the Purdue University in USA to study mechanical engineering. Charlene Amatiwa Akwe is heading to the Brunel University of London in the UK to study biomedical science. Evaristus Ni Apia Ama is heading to the Reading University in the UK to study business economics and entrepreneurship. Anjoel Sedi Nam Ame is heading to the University of Kent in the UK to study law. Vitus Jesse Apagwon Anabisa is heading to the Western University in Canada to study computer science. Ezra Enim Somwa is heading to the University of Lincoln in the UK to study computer science. Kelvin Anakwame Ampedu Anson is heading to the Clark University in USA to study engineering. Moses Ama is heading to the Falmouth University in the UK to study business administration. Nanaya Akumapa Arthur is heading to the University of Toronto in Canada to study life sciences. Emily Maria Efia Asafobuache is heading to the Marist University in the USA to study business management. Kelvin Kwabna Kwachi Asante is heading to the Calvin University in the USA to study finance. J. Asante Asari is heading to the Nottingham Trent University in the UK to study law and criminology. Abuna Asabia Asei Asari is heading to the University of Brighton in the UK to study architecture. Emmanuel Akafui Aku Ashiago is heading to the Lancaster University in Ghana to study computer science. Frederica Mauram Aite is heading to the Huron University in Canada to study economics. Mami Ekuba Bevel Aka is heading to the Thomas Jefferson University in the USA to study psychology and law and society. Jeffrey Obrin Pomboahing is heading to the Drexel University in the USA to study computer science. Kezia Kokoboche is heading to the Western University in Canada to study biomedical engineering. Prince Johann Selam Kobina is heading to the York University in Canada to study biochemistry. Pakwesi Adom Dennis is heading to the Calvin University in USA to study computer science. Also, Adelaide Elikplim Egbenya is heading to the Carleton University in Canada to study architectural engineering. Lemo Ryan Kofi Entra Mensah is heading to the Carleton University in Canada to study Bachelor of Computer Science honors.
Olga Fola is heading to Toronto Metropolitan University, Canada to study business technology and management. Kukwa Kwejewa Fen is heading to Michigan State University, USA to study economics and quantitative economics. Dentu Kwabena Jampo is heading to the University of Manchester, UK to study architecture. Zin Chuan Hu is heading to Temple University, USA to study computer science. Ryu Huan is heading to Michigan State University, USA to study finance. Nana Aisha Wumpeni Hussein is heading to University of British Columbia, Canada to study Bachelors of International Economics. Joseph Francis Muket James is heading to Rutgers University, USA to study political science. Kelvin Komla Kasami is heading to Ontario Tech University, Canada, to study computer science. Peyton Emia Cade is heading to College of Worcester, USA, to study global and international studies, sociology. Brendel Kusi Boateng is heading to Purdue University, USA, to study cybersecurity. Ryan Barnard Loco is heading to University of Essex, UK, to study law. Janelle Eduji Ama Magde is heading to Loughborough University, UK, to study design. Minka Nifa Mensan is heading to Parson Paris, France, to study strategic management and design. Era Abena Dakwa Mensa Sant is heading to Carvin University, USA, to study nursing. Nahim Bagu Nazir Dean is heading to Brock University, Canada, to study Bachelor of Business Administration. Amina Unam Nazir Dean is heading to Ashesi University, Ghana, to study law. Ebubechuku David Ndukari is heading to Purdue University, USA, to study computer science. Inshira Sewa Intim Edu is heading to University of Manchester, UK, to study architecture. Michaela Nyakwa Ofe is heading to Liverpool John Moore University, UK, to study pharmaceutical and cosmetic science. Alberta Abena Edua Owusu is heading to Simon Fraser University, Canada, to study biological physics. Casey Lois Ashiedua Kwao is heading to University of Surrey, UK, to study chemistry. Blessed Kwesi Kwashi is heading to University of St. Thomas, USA, to study computer engineering. Fahiz Mohammed Sani is heading to College of Worcester, USA, to study statistical data science. Kayla Lily Emefa is heading to King's College, London, UK, to study biomedical science. Victoria Bingzin Sue is heading to Lancaster University, Ghana, to study political and international relations. Jeremy Niteko Taki is heading to Temple University, USA, to study computer science. Terry Aram Tenge is heading to University of Connecticut, USA, to study data science and engineering. Oyedele Ifioluwa Tinuoye is heading to Georgia State University, USA, to study business management. Benjamin Kwabena Tufo is heading to University of Manchester, USA, to study business accounting. Daniel Yao Owusu Tufo is heading to Medway University of Pharmacy, UK, to study pharmacy. Phoebe Nana Ekia Kodua Cheneboa is heading to University of Florida, USA, to study public relations. Oba Penin Amache Cheneboa Kobia is heading to Calvin University, USA, to study law and theater. Abdul Manan Yanja is heading to Birmingham State University, UK, to study business management. Thank you. May we now invite Mr. Anis Hafara, TIS Board Chair, to conduct the charge.
Thank you very much. Are you cool? Class of 2025. This is exciting. Shall we give them a hand? That's beautiful. What a day. I would like you to know that the TIS family, including your teachers, your parents, and I are so proud of you. Go ahead, celebrate, clap for yourselves. Are you cool? Good. You've earned your diplomas, and of course, they'll begin to open new doors for you. So will the degrees from the colleges and universities that you've chosen to attend. Still, allow me to share two thoughts from two of the greatest thought leaders in Ghana. The first one, Kweju Library, one of the founders of Achimota School. He said in 1925, "Don't tell me what you know. Show me what you can do." Another great thought leader was Kwame Nkrumah, the first president of Ghana. At the dawn of Ghana's independence in 1957, he said, "We need thinkers, thinkers of great thoughts. We need doers, doers of great deeds." Though the diplomas and degrees are very important, they are merely the means to an end. But the absolute purpose of education is what I would like you to consider. This brave new world requires innovations in the form of products, services, solutions that will make other people's lives easier. All I'm saying is this: keep your ears, eyes, and minds wide open, and surround yourselves with people who can collaborate with you to make great things happen. As a TIS pedigree, you already have the discipline for critical thinking and international mindedness, backed by the TIS Integrity Code for Honesty. Add to these the necessary skills to begin your life's mission with courage and resilience to tackle some of today's big challenges, especially in Ghana and Africa. Do I hear amen on that one? Very good. On that note, I, Anis Hafar, by the powers vested in me as chairman, Board of Governors of Tema International School, on this day, Saturday, 7th June 2025, declare you duly graduated from Tema International School. Are you cool? It's my honor now to call Kayla Siayo to deliver the valedictorian speech. Congratulations. Let's give the young lady a hand. We are so proud of you.
If the walls and corridors of TIS could talk, they'd whisper about early mornings, seemingly impossible deadlines, and the quiet strength that pulled us through. Somewhere between the panic of IB deadlines and the triumph of finally reaching the end of our IB journey, we built something bigger than grades. We built a family. And today, as we stand here before you, we celebrate that journey together. We've conquered the multiple deadlines and the scary final exams. In the process, we've grown from the shy and anxious children we once were. We challenged ourselves to dream bigger. And now, after all of this, we step outside our comfort zones once again, wiser and ready to make our mark on the world. Good afternoon to our guest of honor, His Majesty, King Taki Tekotrue II, founding family, guests, parents, teaching and non-teaching staff, students, and fellow graduates. My name is Kayla Lily Emefasiayo, and I'm truly honored to be the valedictorian of the IB class of 2025. For me, leaving TIS feels a little surreal. It's not just the school I attended, but it's the school I grew up around. TIS has been a second home, and now it's time to say goodbye as a student. But it's not just me, is it? I stand here not alone, but with the innovators, my innovators, a class like no other. A brilliant, chaotic, and unforgettable mix, from the loud football lovers to the noise makers, to the serious and quiet thinkers, and if I do say so myself, to the foodies. You can think of us like a basket, woven from different strands, but together, we've held each other up. The beauty of our class has always been in our differences, and how it all comes together to build something stronger than any one of us alone. And trust me, we are leaving our mark, not just on TIS, but on the world we are about to step into. As we step out of this environment, I can't help but look back at our memories. These past few years have been filled with moments too numerous to count. And while I could list memories until our 10-year reunion, one stands out to me the most: Chocolate Friendship Day. As part of our school's 20th anniversary, the innovators had the privilege of organizing a celebration of love and community. We worked tirelessly while juggling multiple tasks, and it was frenzied at times, but ultimately meaningful. And in between the brainstorming and the constant behind-the-scenes hustle, we did what we always do best. We showed up for each other. That day wasn't about perfect execution. It was about hearts, about showing that when we come together, we don't just complete tasks, we create meaning. We remind people of how good it feels to belong. And perhaps that's the lesson we carry with us now, that in a world which often pushes us to stand alone, there is strength in togetherness. As we prepare to go our separate ways, may we never forget what it means to be a thread in a bigger wave, to be part of something greater than ourselves. On behalf of the innovators, we are here to say goodbye. We say goodbye to Tuesday Banku. We say goodbye to the Rising Bell, goodbye to the drama-filled common room meetings, and finally, goodbye to seeing each and every one of your faces every day. It's bittersweet, but it's also the start of a new chapter built on everything we have learned and loved here. As we walk out of these gates, may we never forget who we are. We are the innovators. Thank you, CIS. Thank you to the class of 2025. And the best is yet to come.
A round of applause for the graduating class of 2025. But while they take their seat, Mika Mensah will stay back to give us a final performance on behalf of the graduating class of 2025.
This one goes to the class of 2025.
There's a hero. If you look inside your heart, you don't have to be afraid of what you are. There's an answer. If you reach into your soul and the the sorrow that you know will melt away. Then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth, that a hero lies in you. It's a long road when you face the world alone. No one reaches out a hand for you to hold. You can find love if you reach into yourself, and that emptiness you felt will disappear. Then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth, that a hero lies in you. Oh, Lord knows dreams are hard to follow, but don't let anyone tear them away. Just hold on, there will be tomorrow, and in time you'll find the way. Then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth, that a hero lies in you. A hero lies in you. A hero lies in
Thank you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as TIS continues to shape the leaders of tomorrow, there is one community whose influence and impact are growing stronger every year. Our cherished alumni. Today, we officially reignite a new chapter for the TIS Alumni Association, a dynamic network of graduates driving change in Ghana, across Africa, and around the world. Beyond TIS memories, the association stands for leadership, legacy, and action. Let's take a moment to explore what it means for our school, our alumni, and the future.
Hello, my name is Tiffany Ajaku. I was a member of the IB class of 2019, and I'm currently based in Houston, Texas in the USA. I graduated with my bachelor's from Princeton University, and I currently work as a civil engineer. So we're creating a comprehensive alumni database via a quick Google form to collect contact info, professional skills, and interests. And we'll use this information to send targeted updates, to match mentors with mentees, and to connect you with relevant opportunities. So please take a minute to sign up. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kojo Heming, and I graduated TIS as part of the IB class of 2019. Currently, I'm a hardware engineer with Amazon out in Seattle, Washington. This year, I want all of us to mark our calendars for the TIS Alumni Association Global Reunion in Accra. This reunion will be going from December this year to January of the next year. This reunion will have a number of events, ranging from networking mixers to homecoming celebrations. Whether you join us in person or online, make sure to take the opportunity to learn and reconnect with other TIS alumni. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Nana Kwame Brown. I'm with the IB class of 2016. I completed my medical degree at the University of Ghana, and I stay and work here in Accra as a medical doctor. As part of the Reformed Alumni Association, we're going to be hosting some career workshops and networking events to bridge experienced alumni with recent graduates and current students. We want you to gain some industry insights and build valuable connections within this community. Do well to hop on board. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Alistair Keck from IB class of 2019. I attended the University of Toronto and currently based in Canada. I work as an investment representative with CIBC. I'm here today to encourage all of you to join our Alumni Association. We're going to revamp our WhatsApp community to have jobs, marketplace, and upcoming events. Let's keep the TIS spirit going. Thank you.
Hello TIS family, friends. My name is Gerald Nanakusi from the TIS Pioneer class of 2007, and if I may add, the first head boy of TIS. As we approach the 20th anniversary, believe it or not, the 20th anniversary of the first ever graduation that took place in 2007, I don't perceive there will be a more opportune time than now to have a conversation around our TIS Alumni Association. I believe that this conversation around our association goes beyond the euphoria and nostalgia that a graduation day such as today presents. I believe that our country, our continent, and the world will benefit from individuals such as ourselves that have passed through TIS and have been instilled with values such as critical thinking, global citizenship, creativity, and integrity, which is very close to my heart. Right now, we are launching the TIS Alumni Podcast. We are looking to, put forward a very robust database of TIS alumni, and we are looking to also create a WhatsApp community which can connect and bind us together. What we ask from you is, if and when you are reached out to, please be a part of this conversation. Join the WhatsApp groups, fill the forms, so that we can all be the change we want to see in our communities and our world at large. Thank you, and cheers.
Each graduating class earn an automatic TIS alumni membership. However, before they can be officially recognized, they would have to be inducted into the association. And to help us to do this induction, we'll invite an alumna of the IB class of 2017 who has charted an inspiring path in the medical field. Following her successful graduation from TIS, she embarked on a rigorous academic journey at the Medical University of Warsaw in Poland, where she earned her medical degree in 2023, graduating among the top 5 students in her cohort. With a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our distinguished alumna inductor, Dr. Rachel Fafa Magde, to do the unveiling of the alumni plaque and the alumni induction of the IB class of 2025. Dr. Magde will be supported by Gerald Kusi, who is VP Head, Institutional Distribution and Structuring, Absa Bank, Ghana, and also IB class of 2007. He's also the first head boy of Tema International School.
Thank you for that warm and thoughtful introduction. It is with great pride and immense joy that I take the stage today with a significant purpose to unveil a symbol of legacy, perseverance, and excellence, the alumni plaque honoring the extraordinary IB class of 2025. This plaque is more than just a marker in time. It is a tribute to a journey defined by dedication, resilience, and achievement. It stands as a permanent testament to the remarkable individuals who have not only met challenges of the IB with grace and grit, but have also left an enduring mark on the spirit of Tema International School. To commemorate this significant milestone, I now invite the alumni representatives of the class of 2025 to join us, Michaela Ofe and Jeffrey Boahene, alongside our esteemed pioneer head of council, Apioko Seiram Eshan and Gerald Kusi. Thank you. And now, with great excitement and admiration, I would like to officially welcome the IB class of 2025 into the distinguished and ever-growing alumni family of Tema International School. You are a new chapter in the ever-evolving story of this institution, a welcomed voice in the chorus of those who came before. Today, we celebrate your accomplishments, your evolution, and the promise you carry forward. You are now part of a lasting tradition. IB class of 2025, please rise. Raise your right hand and join me in reciting the induction oath. I, please mention your name, hereby solemnly pledge to faithfully fulfill my duties as an alumnus of Tema International School. I will commit to the highest standards of integrity and excellence and uphold its core values, ethos, traditions, mission, and vision as a proud ambassador of my alma mater. I will be ready to assist the school to the best of my ability in any capacity whenever I am called upon. I will exemplify the high ideals that will positively impact my society and bring honor to Tema International School. So help me God. Congratulations once again, IB class of 2025. You are now official members of the TIS alumni body. Thank you.
Alumni reps.
When the road gets rough,
That's the final item on our list. Then we can have the closing ceremony. We'll take a short speech from our parent speaker, Ambassador Mrs. Asma James, who is a diplomat, an activist, an award-winning radio broadcaster with over 22 years of broadcast experience in post-conflict Sierra Leone. She's currently the Deputy Ambassador, Minister, Plenipotentiary at the Sierra Leone Embassy in Brussels, Kingdom of Belgium. We have a video from her, and at this point, we'll turn our attention to the screens.
Hello, IB class of 2025. Time has flown by, and here you are. As a parent advisor for 2025, I want to share some wisdom and encouragement as you step into this next chapter of your life. Standing at this crossroads, take a moment to reflect on the distance you've traveled, even beyond your time at Tema. This day is a testament to your dedication, hard work, and the countless hours you've invested to reach this point. You've earned this moment. It's yours to explore. Take pride in your accomplishments. The IB program is no small feat. It has tested your intellect, resilience, and determination. You have overcome challenges, pushed your limits, and emerged stronger. Your journey at TIS has equipped you with not just academic knowledge, but also invaluable life skills such as honesty, service, critical thinking, and creativity. These skills will serve you well, regardless of where life leads you. Your school's vision is to nurture world-class citizens, responsive to the needs of society. Today, you, class of 2025, have everything within you to respond to this call and succeed. Remember, success isn't always about titles or accolades. It's about finding purpose, living with integrity, and positively impacting those around you. Don't shy away from taking risks, stepping outside your comfort zone. The world is vast and filled with opportunities to explore. Identify potential and opportunities, and use every experience to widen your knowledge. Remember, no experience is wasted. Both triumphs and setbacks will shape who you become. As you transition to the next phase of your life, be prepared for a path that may not always be clear or easy. There will be uncertainties, setbacks, and challenges that may test your resolve. But keep it in mind, growth often emerges from the most unexpected places. In overcoming obstacles, you will discover your true potential. Embrace challenges as opportunities to learn, grow, and redefine your limits. I'm sure many of you have heard the adage, no man is an island. None of us has reached this point on our own. We need each other. It is only through service to one another that humanity will sustain itself. My charge to you is to be service and action-oriented. You have built a solid network of young professionals at TIS. Share your stories, challenges, and opportunities to keep this network alive. It can open up endless possibilities and support your future aspirations. Help each other whenever and however you can. Today, you step into the world as world-class citizens. We are incredibly proud of you and excited to see where your future leads. As you continue your journey, you will learn that the more you know, the more you will realize how much there is to discover, and that journey will truly enrich your life. May the next chapter of your life be filled with endless possibilities. Congratulations, IB class of 2025.
We began as seeds in fertile ground, dreams like whispers, soft, profound, tended by hands, by hearts that cared. Roots took hold and strength was shared.
Step by step, we found our way through seasons bright and storms of gray. Each lesson learned, each friendship made, a brighter world began to take shape.
Now we stand with eyes that gleam, carrying pieces of every dream, linked together, hand in hand, building bridges across the land. We are the hope.
We are the sky.
The reason new birds learn to fly.
We carry growth within our chest.
And work together for the best. So let us rise as one, as all, answering the future's call.
With open hearts and fearless wings,
we are the world that we shall bring.
There comes a time when we hear a certain call, where the world must come together as one. There are people dying, and it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone, somewhere will soon make a change. We are all a part of God's great big family, and the truth, you know, love is all we need. We are the world, we are the children, the one to make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making, we're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me.
As God has shown us, our time is over, and so we all must lend a helping hand. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones to make a better day, so let's start giving. Just you and me, we are the world. We are the children. We are the ones to make a brighter day. So let's start living. Just you and me. Children, we are the ones to make a brighter day, so let's start giving. We are the world, we are the world, we are the children, we rejoice. Just you and me, we are the world. We are the children. We are the ones to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Is to make a brighter day. Just you and me.
Thank you, and a beautiful rendition of We Are the World. We are the dying embers of the event, but a few acknowledgements. We want to appreciate the people who helped us put this together from beginning till end, especially our speakers that we invited, who honored our invitation. And so in no particular order, please let me first welcome Mr. Gerald Kusi, the first head boy of Tema International School. Shall we have Dr. Rachel McDare? And then finally, our parent speaker, Ambassador Mrs. Asma James. Thank you, Vanessa. Now, an acknowledgement of our sponsors: Lancaster University, Ghana; St. George's University School of Medicine, Grenada; African Leadership University, Rwanda; and African Leadership Academy in Mauritius. We have Zenith Bank, we have Chef Ruby's Food People, and then Eden Glow Investments Limited. Thank you to all of our sponsors for being our proud partners. At this point, we shall take the vote of thanks.
Thank you. On behalf of the co-founder, Mrs. Comfort Adjo Ajavon, the founding family, the Board of Governors, and the entire TIS community, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to our distinguished guests, His Majesty, King Taki Teko True II, Mr. Samuel Amano, Ambassador Mrs. Asma James, and Dr. Abdul Aziz Timbila for their wise words and counsel. We also thank our alumni for joining us on this special occasion, our invited guests, our parents and friends of TIS, for their continued support and commitment to the growth of our learners. A sincere thank you to our sponsors and partners whose generosity and collaboration helped make this celebration possible. To our dedicated staff, thank you for your tireless efforts in ensuring a successful academic year. And to every one of you who contributed to making this day truly memorable, we deeply appreciate all of you. Now, the final quote from our principal, Dr. Kendavo. Culture is the heart and soul of a school, and it will define beliefs, values, customs, celebration, and reputation. Thank you all so very much.
Before we recess, we'll take a picture with the Gamanche. So shall I invite the graduating class of 2025 up on stage to take a picture with the Gamanche before we recess? So please make your way to the stage. May I call on the guest speaker to join? Yes. All right. Recession would follow right after this. And leading the recession is the Gamanche and his entourage, followed by the graduating class of 2025. The flags will follow His Majesty and his entourage. His Majesty, the flags, the graduating class, then the Board of Governors, the graduating class will follow the flags, and the Board of Governors. Board of Governors are after the graduating class. Then our guest speaker